This offseason, there was a lot of people that reached out to me when they heard I was considering retirement. They had an opportunity to talk to me and give their input. And one of the guys that talked to me was actually Kyle Shanahan. And he put together a 32-point slide presentation on PowerPoint telling me why I need to come back. Unfortunately, that didn't work. Ray Farmer tried to text me, but it was during a game, and unfortunately, he was suspended for that. Eric Mangini wanted to reach out to me because I had a couple years with him, and he thought it was important to hear a few things from him, but unfortunately, he said I was going to have to ride 8 hours with him on a bus to Connecticut if I wanted to hear all about it, so I turned that down. Brandon Whedon still has my phone number somehow after all these years, and he tried to call me, but he ended up still being stuck under that giant American flag, so he didn't get any reception. Sashi tried to trade some information with me about my retirement, but unfortunately, it didn't get in time. Johnny tried to call me from the club, but his money phone apparently didn't have very good service. And in the end, we all know that the reason I retired was because of Robert Griffin III. It was definitely his fault. Are you saying football? I've had a lot of great offensive line coaches in my career that had a huge impact and a tremendous impact on not only the person that I am, but also the player that I was on the field. Jim Huber, Bob Palcic, Steve Marshall, Mike Sullivan, George Warhop, Andy Moeller, the World War I General George DeLeon, Hal Hunter, Mark Hudson, Bob Wiley. Not the Bob Wiley from What About Bob, of course. That's probably the one you know, but the real Bob Wiley right here. He's living and in person back here. So thank you to you guys. My 6 head coaches, of course, Hugh Jackson, Romeo Cornell, Eric Mangini, Pat Shermer, Rob Chinzinski, Mike Pettin. Now, each one of those coaches have given me something on the field and in life that I'll definitely take with me for the rest of my life. And one thing that I learned from those coaches that I'll never forget, and it's something that I teach young kids about when I get the opportunity to speak to high school kids, is there's 3 things in life and in football that if you can master and you can remember from time to time, you'll be able to be successful in that. It's be on time, pay attention, and work hard. If you can do those 3 things in life or on the football field, you have an opportunity to have great success. And I thank you guys for all those great lessons that I learned on the football field. The Haslams, the Lerners, my agent Peter Schaefer, my GMs Phil Savage, Georgia Kokinas, Tom Hecker, Joe Banner, Ray Farmer, Sashi Brown, John Dorsey, and all of the presidents and czars, and many people that used to walk around the building carrying briefcases that nobody knew what was inside of them. You guys are going to help make my book a New York Times bestseller, so I thank you guys. Somebody else I need to thank that I'm sure nobody thought of was Vincent Painter. He's a guy that didn't play a lot here in Cleveland, but he tried to sub me out in the middle of my streak, and I wouldn't have the 10,363 consecutive snaps if he would not have listened to me when I cussed him out on the field and sent him back to the sidelines to continue my streak. Of course, there's a lot of amazing teammates that I've had over my career, and just a few that I really want to name because I think they really deserve it.